boy himself, PartinG.
You actually sounded like those announcers.
He does. Yeah, he's got the voice down at this point.
I try, man. I practice in the mirror just like PartinG did before he did this match. Just sitting in the mirror, psyching himself out for the game.
I don't know how he can even stay confident after that dreadful loss. It's my ace card against Destiny. I don't know, man. This guy talks a lot, that's for sure. Now we know.
Yeah. Oh, so for those that don't know, the reference is that James had a show match against Axeltoss, and then they could like bring in players of their choice to go and play, and he picked PartinG. PartinG failed him, so hopefully he won't fail today. As he's putting a proxy Twilight Council down in the bottom left corner of his base.
Yeah, this is kind of why I didn't want to call this a Terran favored map earlier, and how Ender and I were talking about stylistic differences. If the Protoss goes Blink off one base, it's probably a Protoss favored map.
Well, who did this earlier? I feel like somebody did this earlier in the season and it got scouted.
It was PartinG.
It was?
PartinG. It's always PartinG. Literally every time, it's him, every time.
Yeah, PartinG is quite a sneaky player.
Yeah, well, he's not sneaky. You know what? He's going for. Actually, oh, you know what? I take it
Dark
right back because now comes that Dark Shrine.
Oh my god, alright. Well, we saw Blink the first time he did this, but this time he's going into the Dark Shrine. And he's using his Mothership Core to scout. And Ryung is a little bit nervous because he sees that it's going to be one base. But he doesn't see the additional gateways. He sees a chrono boosting Cyber Core, perhaps, but he has no idea about this Dark Shrine.
We know it's not guaranteed to be one base. Going for a you do have the opportunity for
Yo! He's scared.
Oh,
I don't know, man. He's taking like a, what is it? All the precautions, right? Putting the bunker up?
Yeah.
He's trying to make it work. I like the scouting with the Mothership Core, though. You do see the really good players kind of getting in and checking out what their opponent's doing. But PartinG seeing that Ryung's got this many barracks, it's probably a good job that he didn't go too heavily towards Blink. And obviously that's why Ryung's done it. He's keeping himself safe.
And also PartinG going in with his Mothership Core, getting the scout and the mineral line. He's checking to see how many mules are being dropped and how many scans Ryung could potentially have to measure the timing for his DTs to come in.
And he sees two mules just drop.
Oh.
Uh-oh, Ryung could be in a bit of trouble here because his wall is perfectly, it's a nice little gateway here to just funnel these DTs in. He's worried about the Mothership Core.
3 DTs.
I think we're going to see 2 Gs.
Yeah, I think you might be right. 2 Gs
seconds.
following the 3 DTs. Okay. Attacking the bunker straight away, breaking that down. One in the mineral line. Really not a lot going on here for Ryung to deal with this. Is that a Desperation eBay? That's a Desperation eBay coming down. That is not a good sign when you build it when the DTs are already in your base. They've just killed off Stim. They're in the SCVs.
Uh-oh.
This is good. This is not good at all.
Not good. No, more DTs and the soccer coming in the proxy pylon.
Wow.
There we go. Well, game number 1 going to be going to that big boy, Yoey Flash Wolves party. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals of the ASL Season 3 Prime League. It is going to be game number 2. This player spawning in the top left corner of Nimbus. It is his map pick, and he's down 1 game. Hoping to bring it back. Representing Team Axiom Esports, it is going to be Ryung. The Korean fangirls are going crazy!
And across the map, throwing down an extremely early Nexus in the bottom left in the red, representing Yoey Flash Wolves and South Korea. Up 1 game, it is PartinG.
Yay! What's
Have my babies!
You
Have
made
my babies!
have my babies, really? Oh, God. You know, actually 2 people on Twitch that has that kind of ID. One was like, Pull. I love Pull to have my babies. And
Yeah.
I think the other one was Scarlet. I can't remember exactly what it was. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Oh, but you know what? We were talking about this map being a bit Terran favored. And look at the spawn positions as well. I think these are the best spawn positions that Ryung could ask for.
Yeah,
He's
pretty much.
going to go into the mid to late game. So
Well,
see,
it's just that drop angle, isn't it? It's the ability to land in a Protoss's natural base, and obviously it's going to force PartinG to either have some kind of defense up there, could force him down an earlier high Templar route than he tends to like to go, because he's, I mean, he doesn't skimp on the early Twilight Councils, but maybe if he's on this map, we might see him going for a more Colossus-centric strategy. I don't know, basically, what PartinG's going to do to deal with this at this point, but it's not at that stage of the game yet. Do you see a quick factory coming out of Ryung, though, so we might be seeing Widow Mines following this up.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean,
certainly not.
I think like the main thing about this, especially in TVZ as well, is that you take your third as a Terran player there, and then your army is pretty much there, so you can load up the drop right there to go ahead and go to the natural. Like, your third base is literally just like a stone's throw away from their natural.
Yeah.
But like
Kind of sucks for Ryung. He was focusing down the Zealot too much. Didn't get didn't get a probe kill.
Ooh. Did he get the Zealot? He did?
He got the Zealot.
Yeah.
He got the Zealots.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see a pylon and a proxy Stargate.
Oh my god. Ryung is scouting around the map though, but is he going to see it? Oh my god, he actually is going to stop here, but if he takes that path up the ramp, he'll see that probe.
I feel like he's going to go that way. Oh,
What the? You map hacker PartinG! Stop hacking!
well, it's right out of my mouth.
Oh my god.
Map hacking! Look at that!
Reddit.
You bastard!
If I saw that in a replay, I'd just feel like, yeah, this guy's cheating.
But he got the killer instinct right now as he just,
Yeah. He actually has Stargate in his main, so I guess change of plans,
yeah.
I suppose.
Here comes the
Yeah, no, he
Oracle out
built
of
it in his main at the same time. He's just getting it very. It's not that early. It's like a little bit late for a Stargate time, but obviously that's because of the Nexus first build that PartinG's going for. And he's just going to get himself an Oracle, maybe even a couple of Oracles, and start trying to do some harassment with him.
Yeah.
Like a year ago from MC, right? Building like 6 oracles, focusing down
Oh
the
my
turrets,
God.
reactors, just everything he can kill.
Yeah, that was. I remember that. Yeah, back when that was when people were like Oracle Imba, like there's no way to deal with this unit at all.
And now we know it's bullshit. Every time someone says, "Oh, this unit's so OP, the race is so OP," it's because they just haven't figured out how to defend it yet. There's always there's RTS. There's every single strategy, every single movement can be countered in some ways.
Yep.
How do you feel about the Widow Mine?
There's a big drop here inside of the natural.
Hey, no, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. That was uncalled for. That's a lot. It's walking into the main. Photon Overcharge is already used on the expansion. Not looking good. Not looking good.
No.
But yeah, the Photon Overcharge was at the natural, and now PartinG is in a bit of trouble. The Hellions could go into the mineral line, but they're not choosing to just yet because there's an Oracle inside of the mineral line of Ryung.
Mothership Core falls and Oracle wills too.
The Oracle gets 9 kills in the natural of Ryung, but now PartinG has a little bit of an issue of his own because his units, Hellions are not that great against Stalkers, but like in these numbers,
Yeah.
you know,
It
they're
just,
definitely
I think
fine.
I think PartinG SimCity is just too great for the probes to escape. Now Immortals.
Oh, not a good thing for PartinG then.
No, or even one Immortal. I don't think he's going to be able to deal with all of these guys. Oh, maybe with the Oracle support, maybe with the probe support, this attack from Ryung could be just about. Yeah, it's going to get away.
Oh my god.
Just surviving. Jeez.
Oracle really is Imba. I'm just kidding. But yeah, a full mineral line here for PartinG. He's up to 33 workers. Ryung at 26 with double mule. 10 workers were killed though by PartinG with that Oracle, and then 15 workers with the drop of Ryung. So
Terran is the mule, but Protoss has the chrono boost. I think it was an even trade. Although Ryung might be smiling, his smile might be a lot bigger than PartinG's, but I wouldn't say PartinG's in a very bad position.
yeah,
He's
especially
not going
because
to be able to put any like big ground attacks on for a little while though. That's the thing. He's now going towards Phoenix Colossus, so he doesn't want to be doing any kind of attack. He wants to be getting himself a third base in a little bit, and generally just teching up to a defensive Phoenix force so he can safely control the map.
yeah, you're a big fan of that Phoenix Colossus, and I am too. You know, just to watch it.
He's building 2 robotics bays.
Whoa, PartinG. Maybe he wants to get the Warp Prism speed or something too.
I really hope that's true.
No.
At the last second.
This is the idea. Colossus shoots 2 rays out of its mouth. So you need to extend thermal lens upgrade on one of them, and the other one too. You can't just upgrade one and be a limp, right?
See, he knows. This man, he has got all of his strategy down.
You can't.
Can't understand fighting on a steeper level as James understands fighting right now.
Two robotic spay for both of the race.
But you know, like, PartinG is a crazy dude anyway, so you never know.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's going in. He canceled it at the last second. He's going to go into a more standard style as he does get the Colossi out, as well as Blink. And he stopped the Phoenix production, so I think that Phoenix is just to just scout around and then maybe just kill Medivacs. But it doesn't really kill him that fast. You know? Unless he canceled it. Did he? Yeah, he has one Phoenix still.
Yeah, and what I'm kind of looking at, I think he might have got that Phoenix to encourage the thought that he was going for Phoenix Colossus style, and instead, he's adding on extra gates, he hasn't expanded. This is looking
wow!
Oracle.
What the hell?
10 more kills. Or was that the same one? Yeah, that was. 16 kills 16 kills total on workers here for PartinG for that Oracle, most likely. As he hasn't done any real other harassment besides that Oracle, but it seems to be working out pretty good for him. And he's getting a third. Ryung also made the third command center. Should be looking to take that third very soon. And he's also getting his upgrade. So yeah, he's going into bio for the most part. Like, Ryung is a bio player. Not like it's Lilican in here at the moment.
No. He's just doing what everyone expects Terran to do, and I think PartinG will be very comfortable against that, because this isn't a big enough force to deal with Colossi, really. There's already one Colossus there, there's two Immortals in this mix as well. This force is going to try and drop in the back of the natural, or push towards the third and get a little snipe off, and I'm still not sure if it's going to be able to really do all that much with PartinG just so on point. He's very active with his forces, moving up and down along the map.
Yeah. I really like what he did with that Phoenix. He's just using it to patrol that drop location that we were talking about earlier. So if a medevac does come, he'll get a few shots on it, and then that'll allow him to go ahead and put the photon overcharge to finish it off if it decides to keep going. So really nice move there from PartinG. Usually you'll have an observer there, but the Phoenix will just get those few shots off and even kill a retreating medevac if he's not careful.
Yeah, very true. Ryung was pushing towards the third base for a moment, but it was kind of stopped by a pylon, which is, you know, it sounds more impressive than it is really. It just revealed that it was there, and obviously as soon as PartinG knows the attack is coming, he's able to deal with it. Ryung didn't even try and commit to it. He just didn't want to risk losing the harassment force.
Ryung taking his third, losing a lot of SCVs. I think he just wants to apply pressure so that PartinG doesn't move out. And PartinG's, I guess, idea of having one Phoenix kind of worked, because it, at least as far as what Ryung knows, it almost looks like Phoenix Colossus play, but it really isn't.
No, not
He's going into standard, yeah.
And that one, the show of one Phoenix is like, it's a fake, right? It's a fake that Ryung now is a little more hesitant to go for a Doom drop in the base, or even little harassments in the PartinG space and anything.
Yeah. It has forced like this quite a heavy commitment to Vikings, as is the Colossi, but that's why it's a problem. Because if there's a lot of Vikings with the Ryung army, then the
Ryung's baiting. Ryung's baiting and it's working.
Oh yeah, PartinG's moving up. I mean, he's got 3 Colossi there. That's a scary army, but there's not quite enough Vikings in that force yet to deal with this.
Oh, I mean, all the suckers on the natural of PartinG's. I think Ryung could have just engaged there and just, I don't know, split well enough to take down the 3 Colossus. After those 3 Colossus are gone, really, there's really not much damage. Out of PartinG.
There's really nothing at all.
And the upgrade's the same, you know. It's,
he's on 1-1, right? Oh, they both are on 1-1.
Is that the boys?
Oh, the boys back in
boys, I see it!
Uh-oh, the boys are back in town. And how many how many Vikings does he have? He has 15 Vikings.
Yeah, he's got more than plenty to take down 3 in an instant.
Yeah.
Oh,
and the
mothership falls immediately. Oh, Ryung doesn't need to go in that way. He can just break the rock and just go up the ramp.
Yeah. And there's nothing that
PartinG would have to
go up the ramp. And he's doing it. Oh, no, he's not.
Was trying to. They're gonna get a good volley off of Colossus. Colossus are gonna fall almost in an instant.
No, there's still a couple left.
No, what the hell? How
one left, one remaining.
One remaining. Wow. Archon's still strong though.
Yeah.
I feel like the 3 Colossus did enough damages.
Yeah, I absolutely agree now. At this point, with the Bio trying to push forward, the Vikings have landed, but I think there's too many Immortals, too many Zealots. The Stalkers can keep being blinked back. I think PartinG's just got higher quality of army now.
He does, even losing all of those Colossi. I feel like Ryung was attacking during it, so rather than just like killing the Colossi then going in, GG will be called. Oh, yeah. PartinG takes game number 2.
Alright, hi-ro. Welcome to ASL Prime's third match against PartinG versus Ryung. Spawning on the bottom left position of Overgrowth. Playing as Red Protoss, it's showing Flash Wolves PartinG. I actually wasn't gonna fuck. I was gonna fuck up and then I wasn't going to, and then I did. So there you have it.
No, I'm not clapping for PartinG. I'm clapping
Failed
for
attempt.
It was absolutely beautiful. I could feel it coming, just inexorably. I was thinking at some point they're gonna notice, and then it happened. It was wonderful.
Oh god damn it.
It's all good.
Lovely. And then in the top right, there's the other
Bam.
one that James already introduced.
Sorry. Go.
Right, we got this. It's Ryung. It's Ryung up there.
Sure.
I just did that to make you feel better, okay?
Thanks, man.
But I think we've all introduced all the players now.
Yeah. As you guys should know by now, I am Tempo, joined by Leth and Mal, aka James, the translator. I like Mal. Where does Mal come from, by the way?
It's
not French for being, I don't know, is it Spanish or something for being
Spanish
bad?
is bad, right? Yeah.
And Turkish, it was something very embarrassing, I can't remember. Someone told me on the stream the other day. It's actually Korean for to speak or speech.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Because, you know, I speak on behalf of the players very often, so I figured that would be perfect. That's a perfect name.
That's
and then
pretty
I found out Spanish is something bad, and Turkish is something very retarded. I think it was like penis or something. I don't know. Maybe that person could be making stuff up. I don't know.
In French and probably Spanish, therefore, it just means bad. So it's not like something bad. It just means bad.
Oh, like the word.
Well, intro was pretty bad, so.
C'est très mal.
his name doesn't go anywhere.
Well,
What are we-
Ryung, go for the CC first this game, or into the double racks?
Is there an ASL logo on the ground? Oh,
ASL, you see that, right? Yep, ASL Prime, baby.
not on the actual game. I was like, why are we zooming in on the?
Oh,
It's just a plug moment.
yeah. It's beautiful.
So to focus on the game for just a moment, PartinG's going Twilight Council again, as is tradition. Getting that Twilight Council very early, and we were talking about this earlier. We were talking about how going for that Twilight on Overgrowth is a bit of a risk because it's not maybe the most blink-friendly map in the world.
Like,
It's
it's a very...
busted just using blink stalkers many times. Even defensive players like Flashes died to it. A lot of Terrans died to it. So maybe that might be his plan.
Yeah,
Well, there's going for it.
they are a good unit. It makes sense.
PartinG's pretty good with them himself as well, you know. But Ryung looking to open up pretty economical. PartinG doing this off of 2 bases himself, so he'll probably saturate up at least the minerals of that second base. But really thick money scout. This scan is really good from Ryung.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually a really beautiful scout. Seeing the 2 gateways as well as the Twilight chrono boosted.
I think he wanted to measure the gas timing for PartinG. But I think he got lucky with that one.
Yeah, and actually these late gases on the natural does indicate that it's probably going to be a more kind of a stalker. It's going to be an early stalker focus, early gateways going down with the additional mineral income, and then you throw down the extra gases just as you get ready to move out and go, boom, it's time to go heavily into gas. Instantly, big swell means you get the stalkers out, and then you can just pummel damage into your opponent. But he does only have 4 gates at the moment, I think.
Yeah, and he also added the gases as well. And he dropped a robotics facility too, so even if it was Widow Mine drops or anything, he should be prepared for it. But also it means that he can transition into Robo and just kind of go into that standard Blink Stalker Colossus that we even saw last game, just without the Stargate, you know, even though he
Or
didn't
he
get
could
the
even go for
economic
Immortal
benefit.
Bust.
Oh, true. I mean, I wouldn't put it past PartinG to do something like that. You know?
No, I think his robo's a little bit late as well. But other than that, I agree. I think what we're more likely to see though is just stalker pressure off 4 gates, and it's a question of whether he then commits to going like for an all-in style with just really crazy heavy production, or whether this is kind of a delay tactic and just harassment. I think that's more like what we're going to see. These stalkers just poking and prodding. One did go down in that attack on the bunker, but not really that much damage dealt to Ryung, except for the loss of 4 SCVs.
Hey, it was pretty cool to see. He focused out on one Marauder that was in the pack, blinking out the ones that were getting hit.
Yeah.
The micro seemed pretty spot on till that last minute. Oh, the stim is finished.
Oh!
Gotta watch out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost another one. And do keep in mind, we are on the Korean server too, so it's not like they're getting like NA lag, you know, just parting. Losing a few stalkers, probably didn't want to do that for sure, but he made a Warp Prism, I believe. And I'm wondering what he's going to be doing with it. I mean, obviously he's going to warp stuff in.
Oh.
I mean, you know what? Yeah, it's pretty obvious for sure. I like this though. It's very aggressive Protoss style against Terran, where usually it's the Terran player that's doing a lot of the drops and putting the pressure on the Protoss. But look at this, 2 bunkers at the front here for a Terran player at this stage of the game is not typically something you see unless you're expecting that kind of blink all-in play. Even if it would be on the high ground too, right? Like I don't think he expects it. Just being very safe.
Yeah. I like the parting squad for the expansion though.
Did Party see this?
Oh.
Did Party see
Oh my god!
this?
Oh my god!
Oh, come on, man! Ooh. Oh, but great reaction though out of Ryung.
Yeah, instantly dropping down. Now going to be actually able
And he's
to deal
actually
with
going to
this
take
thing.
out a lot of these units.
Yeah, 3 stalkers.
Yeah, 2
4
Marauders in
stalkers.
the pack
Wow.
too.
That's
Wow.
actually really
Dropped
good.
Zealots inside of the main of Ryung as well. 4 Zealots are going to get dropped in. And Parting doing what Ryung wanted to do, who narrowly escapes with like a 1 HP, well 7 HP medevac, is going to be the one that's putting pressure on Ryung.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I just like how Parting is always doing that, though. He always kind of goes, oh, you wanted to do this? Well, I can do it, and I can do it more. And then he does. He goes for, like, counter drops. He's going to be able to warp in tons of Zealots out of the Prism as soon as the extra gates go up for this 3rd base. And, of course, that's a critical part of the equation in itself, the fact that he already has this 3rd base when Ryung's is only just now in production in its main. Could even potentially be denied by continued harassment from Parting, although those Marines up there probably going to have something to say about that.
Yeah.
Nice
Wow.
attempt, dropping in, try to intercept the War Prism with the Marines in the medevac. It was a nice attempt.
Well, what?
Where's he going?
I'm looking at Ryung's position, and he feels so locked down. Parting is so free to go ahead and take a 3rd base behind all this, putting on massive amounts of pressure, getting a 3rd, and just teching up. Haven't seen his upgrades in a bit though. Has he even made F-Forge? I don't see any upgrades on Parting here. So what do you guys think of that? Of especially the style of Protoss where you just get a bunch of units and I don't know, not investing in the upgrades is kind of weird to me.
It's like the opposite of how I like to play, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I've seen Parting time and again make it work, so I have absolute faith that he'll pull off miracles with it just as usual.
Yeah,
If you think
exactly.
about it, 1 less forge, only 150 mineral, and a couple of the lack of upgrades. It's not big investments, but that could turn into a much bigger army somehow, which I don't understand. Like, I sometimes don't go for upgrades. I see a lot of players not going for the upgrades because they want to pump out more units, and the difference is massive. While you think it's only like a couple $100 investments, and I think from the fact that Parting didn't see a 3rd command center being built when he went with the War Prism, saw more barracks being built, maybe he was thinking about like an all-in or 1-1 timing with the SCV pulls, but I guess that never came.
Yeah, I was gonna say hold that thought.
yeah.
There's a lot of units out of Parting and then some force fields here, but
Wow.
there's not that many Vikings out here for Ryung.
No,
Definitely
two of the
was not enough.
by a little run by actually, but all of the Vikings now gone. There's just medevacs and a few bio units. I don't think Parting's going to necessarily want to just push up the. No, you know what he's going to do? He's Parting. He doesn't care. He's going to go straight in. He's going straight to his bunkers. Going to blink back as much as he can. I actually think he's going to win this out as well because he's got so many blink stalkers. SCV's coming back off the line. That Colossus wishes he was still there to join in the party, but instead massive damage being dealt to the economy of Ryung.
Well, BM Parting can do this. He decided to just pull back the Colossus. I don't think he pulled it because he wasn't too sure if he was going to make it or not. I think he just wanted to try to break in style.
He's having like second thoughts about life. Like, actually, I don't want to kill. I just want to observe and watch over the pros. I don't know,
Yeah.
but he didn't actually kill Ryung, but he did a lot of damage. If you even look at the economy, 67 probes departing on 3 bases, 27 workers killed in total, and Ryung is just now starting to mine only with mules at his third. That's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, a big swell of income is about to come in for him, though, because of that. Because, you know, that's how the Terran economy works. It's a little bit different to the other races in that regard. And it's going to mean that he actually stays fairly stable for a little while. This damage doesn't have to be there forever. And he's going to get his SCVs back. PartinG has to keep the pressure on, otherwise this damage won't stay.
Yeah.
And these kind of situation, being low on the worker counts, it puts Terran in a much worse position because to compensate for that, you need to drop more mules. In return, then, you don't have any scans to really kill off the observers. And as I say, he scans.
As you say that.
No, Castic, welcome to being a kid.
Yes.
It happens all the
He
time.
did that because I said it. But
Yep.
No, but literally, when we talked about the upgrades, PartinG threw down 2 forges, so...
Yeah, exactly. No, it happens a lot. But it's because we're seeing the things that they haven't done yet, and so they kind of go, what haven't I done yet? Oh, yeah, at some point, and then they chuck it down. They are thinking in the same way, just in a slightly different pattern, because we see what they haven't done, and they think about it a bit later. Either way, Ryung's army's getting pretty stable at this point, but it's still smaller than that of PartinG's. I would not want to fight this. No. Mind you, upgrade advantage.
Yeah, right now, Ryung has the upgrade advantage.
But I feel like Ryung's chance, or his window to actually break through is now or never because of the existence of High Templar. So he agrees with
you,
SCV.
Because look at all these SCVs that are coming out. He is pulling the boys once again.
Nice, watch out with the EMPs. EMPs needs to go in perfect
Will is just
now.
a second here.
Otherwise, I don't think he can win this.
Where are those
so
EMPs?
many
Where are those
shots
EMPs?
Where, do we see EMPs?
Yeah, we did. They all went down on the Chancellors. I don't think it's going to be enough, though, guys. There's Vikings,
Way
even
too
though
many zealots.
Yeah, so many zealots. The entire army's gone. GG. PartinG takes the...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ASL Season 3 Prime League Finals. This player in the top right corner of Merry-Go-Round is going to be up 3-0 in the series. He's representing Yoey Flash Wolves. It is PartinG.
It's who now?
I sound like PartinG.
PartinG. And he's building a proxy Stargate.
I can talk. Holy crap.
Yeah, he's a brave man. And the man who's going to be dealing with this in short order, having actually gone to Command Center first in the 6 o'clock spawn in the blue. Representing Axiom Esports, it is Ryung. Or Ryung. As we...
Oh, he's sort of blind countering, I guess.
Yeah,
I
when
don't
you
know
go
how else he
first,
could have
you
done
can
better.
get a lot of Marines out. He just has to be very careful not to have them in the wrong position, of course.
Sometimes it's a lot easier to defend against proxy Stargate oracles by going 1-1-1 and placing widow mines in the spots, you know, like hiding behind the orbital. But sometimes it pays off to have more Marines, and a lot of times when Terran go for double, you're not sure if opponent's going for oracles. Say if you stayed on one barrack and went for 1-1-1, if your opponent came with, you know, Zealot Stalker and Mothership Harassment, you would most likely get damaged more than you really should have. So I like this opening from Ryung.
Me too.
I do as well, but the thing is, I think I see how this game is going to
Oh
go
my
because I
God.
recognise this style out of PartinG. He's done this before. He sends in the first Oracle and he scouts out the base and he scouts out the build order and then he decides what he's going to do based on it. So if he sees something that dies to Void Ray Oracle, he commits to Oracles, he commits to Void Rays. If he sees something that he can kill with Blink,
Sees that only was 5 Marines, he decides to fight head on and he kills
yeah.
Wow!
Kills every one of them. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Wow.
GG.
Just-
Whoa!
There's no point. There's no point.
Foxtrot Labs for what worrying looks like it might be the final game of this potential best of 9. It is the 5th game, and so far, the player spawning in the top right is yet to take a single one. This is his last chance. He's in the red, he's representing Axiom Esports, and his name is Ryung.
Keep them on hyping!
That was a Korean accent. Maybe we do.
Our next player.
And by the way, that wasn't Korean accent, that was just full-on Korean.
Okay, that would do it.
Just saying.
Probably the next player, yeah.
Oh. All right, spawning in the bottom left corner, representing Yoey Flash Wolves. It is gonna be this Protoss player who is up 4 games at the moment. PartinG.
What the hell? You completely took it away. You're supposed to stop. No, you're supposed to stop it. It is, and then have the 5 awkward delay seconds of the GSL, and then I was gonna do it. Ah,
You
We set up a thing and it's all just falling apart. It's all falling apart.
some director.
I'm bad.
No,
I thought you were
the
gonna do the whole thing. I
See,
get
no,
it now.
you-
That's
you have
smart.
to know-
That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah. See, as part of being a director is knowing when to take your hands off the wheel, man.
Hey
Yeah.
man, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Please forgive me. Please forgive me.
I forgive you. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll salvage it. So I was just looking around the map as this Reaper is also. I mean, the Reaper's also looking around the map. He's looking for quite different things to what I'm looking for. He's checking around for any of those sneaky PartinG proxies that he's so famous for. And not this time. PartinG just playing really standard, getting down the Nexus, getting down a follow-up Robo really early actually, and getting the Stalker in position to deny the Reaper. And Ryung going for lots of barracks behind this. He's not taking any chances. He's learned from the previous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. 3 barracks is, I guess, somewhat it's a standard, especially when the spawning position is 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock on this map. Say if it was 11 and 5 o'clock, you may not want to do 3 barracks just because how easily your probes or SCVs or your probes can run back to your base, and how tight of a choke it is versus this way. Once your units go up the ramp, you're pretty much you have the entire base to run around freely almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 base is the right choice, I believe, in this map.
For
You
sure.
go for 3-base style.
You know, PartinG though is opening up very differently than what we've seen pretty much all series. This is looking like the most standard type. Well, yeah, standard / greedy, of course. As he does go right into that Robo Bay, super fast. Already getting the gases at his natural. He's gonna want to get those Colossus out, but he's working off 1 gateway, and he hasn't even dropped the Forge. He hasn't dropped anything else. We usually saw him get the Twilight for the Blink first to ward against drops and whatnot, but he is going straight into Colossus, man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's not really being greedy, I'd say.
Yeah, right.
Hey, all Protoss do it, right? All you need is 1 Sentry, 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker, Mothership Core, and the Colossus. Defend against anything.
It depends.
Yeah,
It
and
depends on the
Mothership
map.
Core. Don't forget about the Mothership Core.
Doesn't always. Yeah, that is quite an important ingredient actually to the whole defense aspect of things. But we can't always do that. Like on a map like this, we might need at least 2 sentries because the ramp's a bit wider. And
Exactly, yeah.
like, and on Daedalus Point, you needed at least like 19
Daedalus
sentries.
Point, oh my God. Which is my map 2 pick against Rifkin in the show match. I wanted.
Oh no, that is a mistake.
Yo. Hey man, I'm a Zen player. I love that map.
That's
I don't
true,
know,
I
I don't know
guess.
what the big deal was about that. Like, why everyone was so mad about it.
why
Yeah,
why
I
was
do
everyone so
pretty fine.
bad? Yeah, man, and bring Heavy Rain back. I can't understand what those Terrans were crying about. Can't they just get Blink?
You know, personally, I think I would have preferred Outboxer over Heavy Rain. I don't know if you guys ever played on it. It was one
Outboxer,
of the
yeah.
Pro League map. A similar style, but I think Outboxer was a lot more balanced, more room for fun than Heavy Rain.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely, like 100%. Like, not even
Not a
about
competition
that.
at this point. Okay.
not even close. But you know
It's a
what
really
the thing
good
about
job that
this?
we didn't design the Dream Pool, isn't it?
I really wish some of them. I don't. I'm erasing Dreampool from my mind, but
I was surprised we didn't have like things like Whirlwind, Belshir Vestige,
Please, I'm trying to erase it from my mind, man. I don't
Antigua
wanna think about it.
Shipyard.
I don't want
If
to
we're
think
gonna
about
go
it.
full retard, there's so many ways we could have gone full retard. I just feel like we lost that opportunity.
Yeah, we
Or,
were too
about-
careful basically, and it backfired anyway. But nevertheless, I'm just looking around the map a little bit, keeping an eye on what's going on, and it's been really standard so far. Like neither of these guys has actually put on any aggression. This is the first sign of any kind of attack coming out, and it's coming from Ryung. It's actually PartinG as well. Both of the players going for an attack with the proxy pylons. PartinG's gonna see this drop because he's built a pylon under it.
Yeah,
Well, that's better.
that's good though. That's like a guy. I would say so for PartinG, right? Because he would have been doing this attack, and then we'd have this awkward situation where, well, Ryung is, he's not going for it anymore. So Ryung is going to come back home to try to defend against this big push that's coming out from PartinG.
Yeah, but he's got so much early. Like, I don't think that there's any way that Ryung... If Ryung tries to fight this, I think that he's just going to get force fielded in half and killed. But if he doesn't try and fight this, we're just going to see this kind of inexorable Protoss warping death march going forward and forward and forward. And every time the Colossi are firing, because they've got range, this is going to get worse and worse for Ryung.
For Ryung, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the drop would have been a better choice, but it would have been that awkward situation.
Well, that would have been the base trade.
Exactly,
Oh.
yeah. That's what I was thinking about. So the fact that Ryung came back to try to defend, even though he came back, he still can't defend it, but he's not doing damage to PartinG, so he's not getting in PartinG's head to make him make the choice of going back or having to make the choice of actually attacking as well.
We don't mind.
Whoa!
Guys!
Oh,
Not enough.
kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, kind of. I was hoping for a bit more than that. But actually, pushing forward with his unit... No, I don't think he wants to land those Vikings
I don't
just
think it's
there.
enough. Not with that frost pylon.
No.
I don't think
I'm going for the kill.
They got the shield of the Colossus, which allowed him to take out 2 of them. But, I mean, what does Ryung have to his name, man? He has 4 Marauders and 2 Vikings. There's more medevacs almost than to heal. Yeah.
So it's not Ryung made any mistake that burnt all the medevac manas and anything. It's just this build and this timing is unseen. We haven't really seen Protoss march out with 2 Colossus, do this much damage, and finish the game with the 3rd one that just joined.
Yeah.
PartinG's been doing it a couple of times this season, to be honest, but he's
That's
the only
funny.
person I've ever seen do it. So I'm not surprised you haven't seen it. It is a very unusual timing.
Colossus, Ryung says,
Ryung's- What? How is this even possible, right? Because normally this doesn't usually work. Maybe it's the fact that he went for 3 barracks and didn't go for any type of aggression from Ryung. Maybe that would cost it. I think Ryung's lost because he's because of the chat.
Good game, says PartinG. Already, he doesn't have mules to drop for mana,
No.
but he does have something
No.
to say.
It's just making sure to end the tournament. Oh, there's the mana mule. It's coming down. These two were chatting in the lobby beforehand. They
They were,
seem
yeah,
to go
they were
pretty well.
funny together. Definitely
They are
very
funny.
nice to each other, but PartinG's
Yeah.
not really nice in the game when it comes down to the get down.
No,
As
he
he's
doesn't
going
mess
ham.
about. Yes, is just seconds away from victory. And Ryung's just calling down.
no!
Ryung, I think Ryung's just heart saddened by the fact that he got up for this.
Oh, GG! Yoey Flash Wolves, PartinG is gonna be your ASL Season 3 champion! Are Thundersticks somewhere?
Woo.